PaintStick EZ-Twist. PaintStick EZ-Twist. Does this really work? If it does, it's going to save me a lot of time. I'm not really expecting this to work, because if it does, that's just too good to be true, right? But just going to be out some patience and about 25 bucks if it doesn't. The premise for the PaintStick EZ-Twist is that you put the device on this tubing that has been inserted down into the paint can. You pull up on this, the suction pulls the paint up in the feeder tube. Once you start painting, it automatically feeds paint into the roller. When you get used to this, this is a pretty handy little tool. Fastest, easiest way to paint. Holds paint in the handle. It's got like a clear tubing and then like a gray. It's like a feeder tube in there. This is the handle. It's supposed to be this easy. Draw paint into the handle. Twist the handle to feed the paint to the roller. Paint an 8-foot by 8-foot wall in 1 minute. Look at that. I'm not getting that dressed up to paint. Well, this is what it contains. A paint stick, roller cover, fill tube, splatter shield, and petroleum jelly. Handle extends up to 64 inches. That's nice for short people. You can find replacement roller covers. And there is an instruction manual on the inside. Here is the manufacturer's information, contact info. Alright, I have pressure washed the ceiling to the porch. Bought new fans. These are not the new fans. I'm going to paint before I put the new ones up. I have rehammered all the nails in, put screws in where there needed to be. Tried hammering, but it didn't work. Now I'm going to try to paint this. I guess this is our feeder tube. Drip proof shield. Oh, here's instructions. Down in here. Okay. They're taped in. Goodness. Let's get you back on. We have a parts list. I think it's already all assembled. I'm not taking it apart to check all this. It says it will not operate with a normal roller cover. So you have to buy theirs. Here's some tips. Hold at a 45-degree angle. Does pictures which are better. Showing you how to fill the paint tube. Shows how to remove the roller tube. Has the instructions in other languages as well. If it works as directed, I won't need this. I will be able to take this and put it down in the can. This clear part holds the paint. This is supposed to prevent the paint from running down in here. This is just the tube that maneuvers and pushes the paint back up in here. And this feeds it into the roller. That just keeps it from dripping. So you'll have to slide it around so that it'll catch the paint, which that's pretty cool. But this has to stay in here. So they say once you fill it, you're going to have to be really careful to make sure that stays in the paint can. And pull this out before you start painting. Turn this. Pull this up. And turn the handle counterclockwise, or just pull it back and it's supposed to feed it. Then to paint, to feed it in there, you turn it clockwise to push the paint in there. That's how it's supposed to work. You can also pull it up, pull the toggle up, and just use it to roll to smooth out. That's how it's supposed to work. We'll see. This is supposed to go in and clamp on the side. Supposed to make sure it goes all the way to the bottom. Then this goes on here. And it's supposed to be able to hold at a 45-degree angle and fill with paint. Not quite. I see wanting to come in there. Said not to hold it in over a minute. So we're going to take this off and see if it works. So far there's no paint on there at all. I'm going to try it again. Pretty cool, huh? Ah, there we go. I'll keep that in there. So now I have a nice body of paint. There really isn't much that's easy about painting a ceiling. It's just work. This did help save a little bit of time because I was continually having to stop and dip the roller into a pan of paint. So it does save that step. What you save for that, you're going to expend on just constant back energy, arm energy for rolling the paint. It performed just as well as any brush roller that I've ever used to paint on a ceiling. If you were painting a wall or a floor, it's probably going to be even easier and faster than what I'm showing you. But it did the job for me. It's a little tricky getting used to the mechanism, but once I did that, it was fine. Just flip it around, get a little bit closer. I'm going to show you later in the video that I had to hand trim, of course, as normal, but it did save me some time, I believe. Okay, that's easy once you get the hang of it. You can also rest it on this drip pad for you to take a break, which I do because I got to change camera angles. I did that. I covered it with a plastic bag and put a rubber band around it. Poked a hole in it so it wouldn't dry out as much and have stuff dropped in it. Well, one good thing, it's not dripping. I had planned on using this as a drip cloth, but I don't think I need it. There's not a drop of paint anywhere. I am getting some on me. Can you see that? I had a little bit of drippage, and when I saw it, I was able to wipe it up with a wet rag. I had to stop painting for 3 days. I did rinse this out, but I didn't clean the roller out because I do not have a replacement roller. I wrapped it up in plastic. Still feels pretty wet. Yeah, it's wet. So we're gonna go with this. And this is why I have a can full of water and a rag to clean up. Pop this in the can. I've stirred the paint. And I think I've got it down as far as it'll go. The only place I'm seeing some leakage is right here. And they do have some seals there. But it's, maybe I need to tighten it up a little bit. Yep, I do. Sure do. Somehow it worked its way loose. So check that. It's just a good thing I'm not one of those women that cares about a manicure, right? Oh yeah, still wet. So we'll put this back on here. A little hard to get started this time, but I have my tube of paint. With this, take this off. I'm wanting to go everywhere.
I'm not going to show how to break down and clean this device because I actually haven't done that yet. I just keep covering with the plastic bags because I have more sealing stuff to paint. And I want to go ahead and get this video up for anybody who might be interested in using one of these, because we're probably a lot of us doing home improvement projects these days. I hope this helps.
So just like the first day, it's a little bit harder to get it wet on the first, but it did allow me to get some paint on there. I just have to kind of smooth it out. The wind's not helping blowing these up right, so I should like take those down. These are my anti-bird streamers. So that tube, I was able to put one coat on that much of the roof. I have already trimmed around, so I'm not bothering trying to get trim with this. Neither am I trying to get the middle panels. I'll come back and do those. And I'm going to put 2 coats on this because it hasn't been painted in probably over 20 years. The wood's a little bit damaged, so it's eating it up. So I'm going crossways now to try to get some paint in that way, and then I'll come back and go lengthwise, the same direction as the grain. So it's working pretty good. I think it feeds itself for the most part. I've only had to twist it about two times to get some more paint in there, where I thought it really needed a little extra paint. So then get used to it. It's a pretty handy little tool. Thank you for watching my video about the PaintStick EZ-Twist. Remember, it's free to like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're checking the text below, I'll leave a link where you can buy one of these or something similar. And until next time, let's help each other find good solutions to problems.